right, it's the Coco Show. If David Strand's on the job, there's something in store. We speak facts, please don't ignore. But if you got beef, Buster, come on, bring me some more. There's nothing new up under the sun, so we expect when you in check there'll be problems. But let it sink in, get under your skin, so you can see it just a mile away from your win. How many days are you gonna go through before you see for yourself what's the truth? It's time to rise, open your eyes. The Coco Show catching people by surprise like. What you say, David?
It's Jolly, baby.
Oh yeah, real style, black fit, go loud, one time, all out, no doubt. Now it's time to work it out.
It's the Coco Show with your man David Strand.
Yo, it's KDS.
One, it's your girl Shanti.
So, Miss J, Hush Puppies.
So from what I read, Hush Puppies they got the name because slaves took a ball of cornbread and threw them at dogs that were barking when they was trying to leave, so they hush them up. So they call them Hush Puppies.
No.
They'll take some corn.
That is a true Black history fact.
Yeah, they take some bread,
Yes.
ball it up, and they throw them at the puppies so they'll be quiet so that they can
Get away.
And
that's why they call them Hush Puppies.
Puppies.
Ooh, smart.
And I just
really.
felt so much blacker because I love Hush Puppies. I'm like, I feel y'all.
I mean, but can you imagine though, like, this is your time to escape.
Right.
And you have to have what? How much bread you think you would have to have, or how many dogs they would have?
Exactly.
And as you escape, you had to throw bread as you were running, like.
But not only that, you have to save your rations.
Right.
You know what
to
I mean?
wherever you're going.
Right.
That's
crazy.
That's an adventure. We would never be able to experience something like that.
No, we wouldn't survive.
No, we would not survive. No. Yeah. And that's the sad part, because first of all, I'll shoot you. Fool, they already got you, dum dum.
Yeah. Well, you too loud, so we all call out.
Right. Oh no. See, nah. I'm gone.
I'm like, how'd you? I'm like, where David?
Yeah.
I would slowly walk away into the
David,
distance.
your knee is not moving. Shut up.
Yeah, I've never seen a cartoon where they run so fast like they going in wheels. That'd be me. Cause you ain't catching me. I'm sorry. You gonna do a lot of running. I know I got asthma, but I'll be running. Like they do on Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Pop. We can't catch this dude. Sure can't. It might get me when I hit the water though.
Oh yeah, it's over with. So it's over. As soon as I see water, I'm just gonna turn around.
Yeah, as soon as I hit that ocean line.
Off of directions only.
I'm gonna try to leave. I'll lean in about 30 seconds.
Drown trying.
Which way did he go?
Underwater.
And the sad part is the shore is like only 20 feet away. I'm still dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
No swim game.
I mean, it's no swim game, but I ain't gonna front. I'm not gonna
how to
lie.
swim
I would be in the
2029.
middle of a pond or in the middle of a lake.
Doggy paddling it.
Anybody, you still can't get me. You just be sitting there floating.
Happy y'all
Meanwhile,
listening
dogs
because you don't
come
know
right
how to
towards
follow
you.
directions, so.
See, it's a good thing I got hands. He don't. I could just. Your dog dead. Holding in the water.
They be like, and so are you.
Oh yeah.
Acorn.
Yeah.
Man, have y'all ever been told any of the stories though from like maybe the people that lived in the era like that time, and that was life? You know, have y'all heard any of those stories?
I've heard a couple of stories. I actually heard one guy. I think it was a guy.
I think it was a guy.
Well, I couldn't tell.
They were that old?
No. I'll tell you about that later. Off air. Anyway, I was talking to him about it, and he was just like, yeah, man, I got hit in the head with like a couple rocks. I got kicked in the head. I got kicked in the back. I was like, are you kidding me? He's like, nah. He said, anytime you felt like you was going to walk past a person, be ready to get hit. Every single time. Every single time. He said, you couldn't walk down the sidewalk. You couldn't walk down the street. You couldn't do anything without you being harassed.
Yeah.
And that right there, I'm just thinking to myself, like, wow.
Like,
I
we're
wouldn't
not
even-
even allowed to just exist. Like, I'm
Right.
not even bothering you. I'm not doing anything. But you feel it necessary to take time out of your day to harass me? Who's the fool? Who's the
Right.
dummy?
Who's the dummy?
You know what I'm saying?
And the thing about it is, it's
Who's the
2020,
animal?
And they still doing it.
And they still doing it.
Still doing it. So it's like, You call us the N-word, but you the one that really look stupid.
You don't want acting like the N-word.
Right. So.
No.
And yeah, I know they're like, well, they didn't say it. No, we didn't say it. Because everybody said we need to stop saying it. Rather if it's in reference to saying hey or the other one. So it's just that. But it is what it is. Because I mean, I actually had a coworker, not at my job now, but a long time ago. She would always say that to me. And I was like, yo, real talk, please stop saying that.
What?
Yeah.
A black girl?
No.
What?
Whoa.
Oh no.
That's crazy.
Yo, and I said it calmly too. I said, could you please stop saying that? Not angry, not I'm gonna slap you in the mouth.
But the fact that she felt comfortable enough
She felt very comfortable. Why? Because she was dating one.
So he made it cool for her to.
Right.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, it don't matter who you dating, don't ever say it. I don't care.
But why was he allowing for her?
Ignorance.
Okay, so I'm gonna say something a little controversial here, but I feel like when it comes to interracial relationships, black men, I don't feel like y'all educate the person of another race that you're in a relationship with about your culture as much as black women try to educate the person that they're dating that's of another race. I could be wrong, but I don't feel like black men take a lot of initiative when it comes to dating somebody outside of their race and making sure that they're educated on black culture, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable.
That's because
That's
the
just
aim is not about culture and education.
Right. That
But
part.
also, you have to understand your culture to be able to teach it to someone else.
I was
That's
gonna
very
say
true.
that. And it never comes up until it comes up.
Until it
Yeah.
comes out.
And then what do you do?
Yeah.
How like
Yeah.
You have that debate. You go back, you go tit for tat. That's usually what happens, right? Because both think they're right. You know what I mean? Like they both feel like in from their perspective, their intentions were right.
I don't know about that because some girls, like for example, if they're dating a black man and this is a Caucasian female, it's all good until she gets mad and then she calls dad.
Mm-hmm.
Most time dad doesn't come from that place where, oh, well, he's just another man. Now he's the N-word. Now I'm getting my shotgun. And,
Yeah.
you know, and then it gets real.
Yeah.
And at that point, he doesn't have time to, you know, get ready for anything. He's either already ready or not ready at all.
Right.
That's right.
And then it turns into, you know, a news story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all lives matter, not just black lives, because he was dating a Caucasian female.
That's why I like this shirt.
I want to throw something out there though. It was said, I read
It's a nice shirt.
that a lot of what makes us who we are would not be if we had certain privileges from the start. Like the culture that what we consider black culture today in music and food and all that we are would be a lot different if we had a lot more
Right.
opportunities at things or a lot more privileges.
Absolutely. It was more like,
But- so the-
built off improv, you know, improvising, using what you have,
Yes.
working with what you have, because you don't have, you know,
The
to
resources, right.
So,
Yeah.
and I guess my question to that article and all that too, like, are we grateful for what we went through?
Some of us are. Some of us aren't.
I don't think a lot of us are educated enough to know what we went through,
That's
which is
true, too.
why it's so important
Right.
for us to know our history. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, what was that, last week before last? Like, take some initiative to learn about just your family alone. Like, the things that I learned just by digging, it was simple things, but it was things that enlightened me and illuminated me. Like, sure, I know my grandfather went from Jamaica to England, but I didn't know it was a whole generation of people that went from Jamaica to England just to make a life for their family, because England opened its borders to all the countries that it ruled over. Like, hey, we got word, you need money, come on over. And my grandfather took that chance. I think he was courting my grandmother at the time. And then he sent for her and they got married. You know, like little stuff like that. Like, oh wow, the sacrifices that you guys had to make. You gotta think about it. They didn't have technology back then.
Nope.
So they writing letters back and forth across the ocean. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother couldn't go on Amazon and order her a dress and have it ready by the time she got to England. No, right? So it gave me a newfound appreciation for my grandparents, especially my grandmother, because she sacrificed a lot so that I could have what I have.
Can I ask you, why do you say that is a little thing? That's huge.
I mean, to anybody else, it's like, oh, so your grandfather got on a boat. Like, everybody's grandparents got on a boat.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know
Like,
the journey of the boat goes.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. To some people, it might seem like something so little, but it illuminated
Right.
a lot for me to know that. So, yeah.
This is like Black Panther illuminated a lot for us that we probably didn't catch. And one of the things that you said about the whole boat thing, and that's one of the things that Killmonger said in the movie. And it was like, you either go and be a slave or you drown. So what you want to do? And like they said, they rather drown and keep themselves, true versus just coming to the land and doing whatever.
Being a slave?
Being a slave.
You know, Kanye said the same thing. People got mad at him when he said it, right?
Hey.
Everybody get mad.
Everybody get
when
mad.
he says something.
Because he's not articulate. He doesn't think before he speaks, and he really should. But, anyways.
I feel like in a lot of situations, people listen to what's being said instead of actually listening to what's being said.
Which is true. That is true.
That is true.
That is so true.
I will give you that. But
That is
in
true.
his case, anyways.
Whose case?
Kanye.
Oh.
Moving right along.
It's
okay.
So I mean,
I feel like half the stuff Kanye say is to hype whatever he's getting ready to put out. So he, it's
but you don't know Shanti. You don't know Shanti.
You're right, I don't.
You don't know Shanti.
You gotta stand on the table and say that.
I'm gonna stand on this table. Yeah, exactly. I stand on this table. It's gonna be a loud kaboom.
Oh, what now?
A loud kaboom. You be clarified. Kaboom.
I think, what is that called? An onomatopoeia or something? Because you was like loud, but you said kaboom. So like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Golly, took us all the way back to school.
So does anyone else have a Black History moment or a Black History subject, something educational? Anybody, somebody? I mean, it's bad. It's a room full of Black people. We can't even talk about it. I mean, we talking about it, but we can't talk about it.
My sister, she is a dental assistant and she works with pediatrics. And well, I think at the time she was in school, so she was still doing her she was still doing her what's it called, clinicals. So she was at this place and
I thought you were trying to say cuticles. I'm sorry.
She was cleaning somebody's teeth, and the mom, she was Caucasian, and she was just talking to my sister, having a casual conversation. My sister was listening, and she was talking about her son, and she was saying how her son hangs around Black guys, like has Black friends, and she just, the mom is so uncomfortable with it. She feels like they're a bad influence on him, and my sister like literally listening, like, are you really talking to me? Like, are you really
realize
saying
I'm
this?
Black, right?
Like, are you really saying this to me right now and stuff? So like, she literally had to just stop doing her teeth and just go somewhere and just calm down and stuff. And then like the dentist was like, if I would have known she said that to you, I would have like dismissed her and stuff like that. And I was like, see, me and my sister different. I would have been like, and why do you feel that way? And what is it about their Blackness that makes you feel scared for your son?
Yeah.
But she was just like, it's just crazy how like we all know that racism is still out there and real, but it's like when it actually happens to you, like, because my sister told that to me and my dad was like, yep, it's still out there, and it's just a different experience when it's like actually happening to you and you see it.
I've actually had a couple of experiences working in restaurants, and yeah, and people in restaurants, especially ones that are bosses, I ain't going as far as that, but that's as far as I'm gonna go. They tend to feel like they can say whatever they want to say. So I actually had one boss, he was there, and he said, you need to finish cutting that celery, boy.
What?
Wait. Now this is why this is why me and him are different. Cause see, I don't know what he would have said. Me on the other hand, I immediately drop my knife and I say, "Who the fuck you call him boy? I ain't no boy yours at all."
Meanwhile, I just flipped the burger and I looked back with the burger.
I legit,
burning the burger.
I legit told him, I said, "I don't care who you are, I will drop you on this floor. Don't you ever in your life call me boy."
He was like, I ain't mean it like that. Think?
And I said, "I don't care. Don't you ever say that to me. Ever in your life." He said, "We homies. I ain't nothing of yours, boy."
Oh.
No. I drew that line right there, and he heard, the whole kitchen staff heard it. I let it be known. I'll drop you on this floor real quick.
The chicken buzzer started going. I said, "Hey, you need to get that chicken for you."
I nipped that in the butt so fast.
You buy the burgers like he got this.
Right.
He looked at me. He's like, I said, "Oh, I'm straight, bro." That look dead at him in the office. Come out, say boy one more time. Watch how fast this boy eating your butt real quick, and not the way you think. But yeah, after that, it just like, I told myself like, don't hit him. But it was like, I'm saying it. Don't you ever say it again.
Right.
He's scared to talk to me. He probably still scared to talk to me to this day.
He speaks to me now.
But I mean, it gets to the point to where it's just like they feel like they can say that to you because they're in a higher position.
Exactly.
I don't care if you CEO, CE, fucking whatever. I'll drop you just like I drop him. The word boy, milk. I ain't say the whole word, but it is what it is. And any other thing that come out your mouth don't need to come out your mouth, because at the end of the day, it's like respect. If you're gonna respect the person, cool. If not, prepare for the consequences. Whether that be a steel toe to the mouth, steel toe to the throat, steel toe to the chest.
Anywhere.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because that's me stumping you. I'm going up here. I ain't going nowhere down below.
It was just the awkward silence in the kitchen for like the next hour. It was like, yeah, everybody was quiet.
Yeah.
It was like the music stopped, and all you heard was like the grease popping.
Because it's that moment where everybody realizes this is not a game. You can't just be out here saying whatever you want to say to people and think we gonna take it. We not our grandparents.
Nope.
No. You will get your whole ass kicked
real quick
because of your president. Try it if you want to.
Real
Today
quick.
will be the day.
And the last.
You know, like
I'll be the new Black John Wick.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Hey, you think I won't?
I can see you doing stuff.
They'd be like, "It's Baba Yaga." Boo. I'm telling you.
I gotta ask this question though, the ruffle feathers, but I gotta ask the question. So, like I feel like a lot of us understand that that's a natural response to somebody saying something like that to one of us.
Yeah.
But I feel like some of the elderly that went through it a lot differently think the response is inappropriate. So what do you guys have to say to that?
I mean,
It's gonna keep happening. If you, like, let's saying like, if you want someone to stop doing something, if you don't tell them or put your foot down, they're just gonna keep doing it. So at this point, it's like, you need to say something. You need to let them know that it's bothering you. You need to let them know that that's not cool. Like, you need to have a response regardless if it's aggressive or, you know what I'm saying?
right. So the great debate in the Black community is, do I go Malcolm or do I go Martin? You know what I mean? Like, for real, because do I maintain my dignity, or do I go ooze upside your head and tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like, not that Malcolm was like want to put hands on people, but he was like, no, later for whatever it is that you're trying to do, because you're wrong.
Especially when when stuff like that don't happen to you, so you
Right.
don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, I feel like and I say this in a lot of things, but if you look throughout history or biblical tense or whatever, like, there's a balance of the two.
Absolutely.
And there was a necessity in that to bring about our today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So all I'm saying is, if we know that there's a balance that that we need to kind of bring about change in that, specific topic, like, who's to say that our every response needs to be a violent one or an aggressive one?
I say we talk about it over food. That's my solution. I feel like food fixes a lot of things.
I mean, that's true too.
I feel like when you break bread with people, it puts everybody.
I don't know now, because Jesus
field.
had the Last Supper, so I don't know.
I mean, but that was with the homies.
Yeah, and one of them betrayed him too.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't a homie too.
Just let everybody know. Anybody want to be a Judas? Just let me know. That's how to just throw your ass out the window.
Judas is necessary. It's a balance.
I don't want balance. I want order. Get out the window.
You can't have
But
order without
Judas-
balance.
Yeah,
The order is, if you want to do it, go that way.
but Judas was necessary.
I don't want it to be necessary.
Trump is necessary.
I don't want him to be necessary.
For what? God knows.
I was gonna say some other stuff on here, but I can't.
I'm just saying there needs to be a balance.
Have you ever experienced that?
What?
Having a Caucasian person doing those motions
Yes.
to you. I've had that happen to me.
Yes. And then I looked at him. I said,
And
I better not
it's
catch you
okay.
outside.
What was your response in that moment?
I was mad as hell. I chased him for like 2 miles. I
Ooh.
was coming out of Olive Garden with my friend. She went to her car, I went to mine. I'm pulling out, stop at the stop sign. This was at the Olive Garden on Lawrence Road.
Yeah.
So there's a stop sign right before you pull out to the main way to get out. So I stopped. Then I pulled out. He's beside me, making a shooting motion. I did nothing to this man. This man was in the other lane. But he made it a point to do that to me and then follow me out. But once I saw that, then I followed him. And it didn't make me feel better. It was like the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
And I found myself
Yeah.
chasing him for 2 miles. Thankfully, I didn't have my child in the car. I didn't even want him to see me act out in that fashion, but it was just something that came over me.
Yeah.
And that's a crazy feeling to, like, I've never seen this dude
Yeah.
ever in my life.
Living your everyday life.
Yeah.
Right. Trying to eat and be happy, go about my business. And then this is what he chooses to do. Maybe he had a bad day or whatever the case might have been, but that was unwarranted.
Yeah, very. Yeah, it's
It
happened to me
usually
before.
is unwarranted, really.
I just told the dude I better not catch you outside because I was gonna hit him in my car. I mean, I don't look. I know y'all think I'm a violent type person. I am, but to a certain extent. I mean,
What's the
it's the
extent?
truth. What's the extent? Don't do nothing stupid.
Wait, what?
Stay on his good side.
Thank you. That's all you gotta do. That's simple. Don't do
Your
nothing
right side or
stupid.
your left side?
It's the middle. Nah, but I mean, it's the truth. Like, I've worked with this dude. He's heard me how many times?
A lot.
A lot. And I have no problem. I done told so many people this before. I ain't got no problem going to my trunk to get my axe and hack something off of you. Not a problem.
Or a chainsaw.
Please stop doing stupid stuff.
Or a chainsaw.
Or a chainsaw. It don't matter. I don't need a gun. That don't scare me. I'm gonna get my gun. That don't scare me, bruh. What need to scare you is not having a gun. Cause I ain't have a gun. Let you know.
All the scary
So-
movies, the scary people be having chainsaws.
Exactly. You don't see Jason running around with a 45, an AK, a Glock 39, a 380, nothing like that.
Okay, so you know your guns.
Oh, okay, well, I'm just saying.
We get it.
Just saying, like, I'd rather just be silent and deadly.
So, okay, we talked about.
Yeah, I know, I'm gonna stop talking.
We talked about overt racism, where it's just like, oh, I see you, I don't like you because you're black. But what about the stuff where people look at you and smile in your face, but you know, as soon as you turn your back, it's N-word this and it's N-word that,
Yeah.
or not even. It's just like beneath the surface, you know, they don't really too much. They not for me.
Yeah.
You know, like, what do you do when you in that situation? You know.
Smile in their face even harder and let them hate it even worse.
Yeah.
Factual.
What if it comes to them having control over your
Finances, like your job?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't care about.
That's all you can do. You
There's
can't
other
control that.
jobs, yeah.
But before I leave, I'm
It's
gonna slap you in the mouth.
I
you're
asked
not.
that because I have a friend right now that
You-
works
he
for
was around me.
said
What
bank. He's been there for 7 years, and he's been trying to advance. However,
there are other jobs. It's not
Mm-hmm.
that serious.
well, this woman that's in charge, that's over, his department, she's a woman, and before, she'll promote someone of color, she'll promote a woman just because she's another minority. Like, who thinks to do things like that?
Oh.
That's not so
Conniving
much
people.
racism as it is sexism at that point.
Well, no,
I
it's
would
because of her
think it's
dislike for people of color. Like, if I'm gonna have to do something. She's gonna look at the numbers and say, well, this is still a minority, so that's my token right there.
So it's both racism and sexism.
Yes.
Shoot, either way, we'll cook it up, yeah.
Double jeopardy.
I'm sorry?
I said, if they put race for everything, they'll put race before sex. We'll switch it around.
Exactly.
Like, oh, no, we all in the same boat, and the sexes, you know what I'm saying, be racist too, and we be thinking like, oh no, let's just join up and be on the same team. But then in they damn Pride March, they had y'all marching in the back still, so. You know, I mean, seriously though.
Yeah.
That's true. That's facts.
I'm like, Margaret sang the one in Shannon so bad. I'm like, all right, now, like I said, she had black in her march, but she specifically said, okay, y'all gotta get me back. Saying, okay, well, they be hating the most looks, but like I said, they always gonna put race over sex, religious preference. All right, we are mix and jump with all of them, join all these groups. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we are divided, but they real cohesive and unified. They might not tell you that, but like you say, that the covert talks they have. You know what I'm saying? The same ones who will buy you lunch and take you out, they'll get the secret minority. A lot of people said they weren't gonna vote for Trump, but he won. You know what I'm saying? And 2 out of every 3 white men voted for him. You know what I'm saying? 50% of white women voted for him. But you don't hit 50% of 60% of them out of telling you how much they like them. But they go right back in their office until they, you know what I'm saying, they real proud spaces. And they had these covert talks. We overt about everything, but they real covert. It's a military
I've seen it in action. I've seen it in action at a previous job. Like, the admin assistant didn't come in because it was Martin Luther King Day, and we didn't get that off, and so she chose to take the day off. And I overheard my boss saying to my coworker, she thought she got a floating holiday. And so the coworker said to me, he was like, she took the day off because she thought she had a floating holiday. I was like, well, technically we should get this day off anyways. And he was like, why? And I was like, you asking me why we should have Martin Luther King Day off tells me everything I need to know about you. The fact that you don't understand that this man lost his life so that I could even be looked at as a human being, so that I could have access to everything that you have access to. If you had to ask me why, if you don't already understand that, bruh, you are part of the problem. So I know exactly how I need to deal with you. With a long handle spoon.
We don't get MLK Day off, but we get President's Day.
Right. The presidents that enslaved us, but we don't get Martin Luther King Day off because that's the guy that tried to help us advance as a community. I'm sorry, what?
Michael
what
Jackson
are you
said
even
it
asking
best. All he want to say is that they don't really care about us.
That's my thing. A lot of times we apply for the sparse of. Sometimes they don't understand. A lot of times they don't understand. But even when they do understand, they have a tendency of not giving it in. You know what I'm saying? So we'll think that, oh man, treat us like this because you don't know what it's like to be down. But then they'll go through the same things that we went through in our history with similar things, and they don't have the same struggles as us. I'm not, we ain't gonna throw them in there.
Right.
But they'll go through things in history too, where they understand what it's like to have struggle and strife, but they just don't care. You know, we think because we so empathetic that they empathetic the same way.
No.
We got Stockholm. They don't. You know what I'm saying? We care for our president. We always find a way to.
We really do have Stockholm.
You know what I'm saying? Show us something. They instead of focusing on retribution, I would say retribution first, forgiveness later. I would include both of them. There's no either or. But they was all focused on, well, let's just make sure that he knows he's forgiven. That's what you want to focus on. Y'all want his bond here, and everybody's going to say, well, we just want to let you know that we forgive him.
We are so forgiving.
Fight back, then forgive next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we are forgiving though. I mean,
we are very caring
it's
people
in us,
towards
it's in
other
us.
people.
Yeah, it's in us.
But to each other,
right?
We cutthroat.
I don't get it. Like
we don't support each other at
all. Because the thing is like that's a problem with us. We can't support the next person because we ain't getting nothing.
But wouldn't you say that's generational?
Yes.
Like it was built into the system.
Yes.
For it to be that way.
Yes. To constantly always be down each other's throat, so that way you'll never unify. And at the end of the day, it's about unification.
They brought us here divided.
Right, but they don't want us united either. So the more and more they're going to keep saying things,
which
doing
was
things.
The point of bringing us here divided.
Right.
You put me on a ship with people that don't speak the same language as me. I may know a few words here and there, but you cut off communication. You cut me off from my family. You cut me off from everything I knew. And you asking me why I'm mad? That was thousands of years ago. Slavery's not even a thing anymore. Why are we
Yes,
still
it
mad
is
about
still a
it?
thing. I wish, man.
Slavery of the mind.
Please.
Do you understand how a dog collar works?
Yeah.
Do you understand how an electric fence works? You take that collar off that dog and he still thinks that thing exists. That's why they're able to have circus animals.
Yep.
We circus
When that elephant moves, it's
We circus
shit.
animals. Because that's
Stomp
why
the hell out of
that's why a lot of
everybody.
times I used to at my old jobs, actually, matter of fact, me and him worked at Sticky Fingers. And there was a thing I used to always say when all the servers would come in and they would just stand there. I said, stop looking at us like we porch monkeys. Please leave. Like, I don't want nobody staring at us.
Yeah.
And they would just legit stare at us. I'm like, get the hell out the kitchen. And then if they didn't want to leave, I'd do the same thing. Get out the kitchen and just start throwing food at them. Because you want to sit up here at me, look at me like I'm an animal, I'm going to act like one towards you. Get out the kitchen. And see, at that time, I was head in the kitchen, and they had no choice but to listen to me, but they chose not to because the manager, Mark, and we ain't gonna say his name, edit that out. It was somebody that was, like, again, had a collar on, but then they took it off, and he was there. And he was there for us to like, hey man, I need y'all to chill out. Hey, get out the kitchen, fool.
Like what's the name on Django? Like Samuel L. Jackson's character on Django.
Yes. That's exactly him. That is exactly him. Why is that there on the nag?
The house nigger.
Why is he on the nag? Yes. Yes. Black. Ain't nobody tell you to leave. Bruh, it's 4:15. Ain't nobody tell you to leave. I quit. I mean, I came back the next day, but still. But that's the thing that he tried to get over on us because everybody else was like, hey. But he had that one guy, director, hey man, go talk to him. Hey man, go talk to him. But see, I'm that type of person. You get it now?
Yeah.
I was the type of person, I already knew we was coming. And G would tell you, man, get out my face. Bruh, get out my face. I'm not playing with you. Like, get out my face. I tell people in the heart to get out my face.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. I don't care about losing my job. I don't care about anything. It's about respect. If I'm respecting you, you damn sure better respect me. Because if not, get out my face. I'm going to say it 6 times before I deck you.
And on top of that, they see you as one of us, but we know that you one of them.
Them, exactly. Yeah. No, I'm not going to do this with you. So either you can go back there and tell them what I said, or you can send one of them to me, and I gladly talk to them. And it ended up coming towards the end of the job. I've been at this job for 8 years. And it's something that we had talked about on our podcast a long episode time ago. This guy legit blew smoke in my face. Like, he was smoking a cigar and just blow it in my face. And I was like, yo, could you please not do that? He had another guy there with him too. I say his name, but I ain't gonna say his name either. I ain't forget their names. I do that for a reason. I told him stop blowing smoke in my face. And he said, and if I don't, what's gonna happen? I said, you and you gonna go in that trash compactor and I'm gonna push the button. Blow the smoke in my face again.
He said, you and you.
Yeah, because the thing is, when people don't catch that, bruh, stop, bruh, please, bruh. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna have to threaten your life. Blow the smoke in my face again. Both of y'all go in the trash compactor and I'm gonna push the button. Ain't nobody know y'all back here. Real talk. And he was like, you can't get both of us back here. Try me.
I need you to work on your anger management.
Oh, he's a whole lot better.
Thank you. Yeah. My anger has went down tremendously. But at the end of the day, you're gonna respect me. If not, don't talk to me.
Yeah, it's nice one time first. See, I can't forget that part. Yeah, it's nice one time first.
That's it. When I'm constantly asking, I warned you.
To me, that's strength more than anger.
I warned you. And then the cop, I'm waiting on the cop too. What happened? They didn't know. That's why they screaming. With a smile on my face. You think I'm playing? So you're arrested. Hey, you know, baby. Let's go. I get out. I mean, it's at the end of the day, man. At the end of the day, you either they gonna respect you or you constantly gonna get disrespected. Which one you want? Sir, I know I'm a big dude. I that's why I give warnings. Please stop.
But that's
Please
the
stop.
whole thing. You know, people like pushing your buttons till you snap. Then you the crazy.
Yeah.
I'm on medication. It's okay. That's all I'm gonna say.
You gonna stop this medication stuff. This stuff getting on my nerves. I don't wanna hear that.
Get him. Get him.
I'm tired of
The
hearing
last
that.
time you talked about that
And
medication.
I don't like this crutch that you trying to use right now.
Okay.
That shit ain't
Get
gonna
him.
fly with me.
My mama told me I could use this crutch.
This shit ain't gonna fly with me.
No, you can't.
I'm sorry.
I ain't on your mama. On
Actually,
Black
she
History.
actually did say I could. She's like, if you slap somebody, just say it was because of the medication. I said, say no more.
But you need Malcolm just like you need more.
They're very necessary, both sides. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm nice all around. It's just that when he'll tell you, because when we hung around each other, I would just disappear, and you'd be like, "Hey man, why you leave?" Like, bruh, I felt myself gonna punch my man in the head. I would leave. I would just leave because it's just like I already know what I'm about to do. Yeah, let me go ahead and go, and I would leave. That's me controlling myself. I control myself. Now there are other times where I just look at somebody and be like, if I had a knife, I'll stab you in the eye. But I told him that, and then he laughed. Not you.
Here's the thing. I want to say this though, but I want probably to do a closing soon.
Yeah.
But I guess a lot of this Black history and kind of what I say combing over like some of the same originals of, like I said, back in the day from school and stuff, and what we like to remember and add to our lives. But like, I think the approach of change that we all want is going to take a lot more than what we're giving. Mm-hmm. Like these decisions to continue to do what we do, I don't really feel is going to hash the problem away.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's going to take a lot more than the throw of our hands and our aggressive words to bring about change. Like you guys said earlier too, that men, or you kind of highlighted men and said, well, there's a culture that we need to understand before we try to relay it to, say, a white woman that we may be dating. Well, if there's something we don't understand, there's no way we're going to get that understanding by the actions that we think is appropriate in the situations. I feel like we need to grow up, and I feel like that's the gripe of it. Like I said, bringing it back to what I said with the elderly having a problem with how we respond. Yeah. There is an understanding we all lack, and I feel like we need to acquire what has happened from the past to our now, and what needs to take place in the future. Because I can say that, you know, and she's quiet over there, but there's something was just said over to her recently that she quit a job over. I'm gonna be honest, I told her to quit the job. But again, there was always the question, well, was that the appropriate response? Should she have quit? Should she have stepped up? I told her to slap the crap out of him, just like everybody, you know, I'm no different, but I'm thinking, what did that fix in that man? Did that man just yesterday disrespect another Black person? How he, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
What is it now going to take for us? Because y'all keep this in mind, man, like, it's gonna be up to us one day, and we're gonna be the elderly.
Not
and
one
it's gonna
day,
be our
sometimes
kids.
now.
It's gonna be our kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, going through a lot worse because of what we've done. So I'm thinking we need to figure out what it's going to take today. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like a part of it is having a conversation first with yourself. Like, how much do I actually know? You know what I mean? Like, what should I know? And then having a conversation with somebody that doesn't look like you, that's not Black, and educating them on, I don't know. It's such a fine line, because it's like we've had to do everybody else's job for them. We took care of your babies, we've cooked your food, we've cleaned your houses, we've done everything for you. So it's not my job to teach you how to respect me. Just do it, you know? So it's really a fine line. But if you have the opportunity to have that conversation with somebody, by all means, please come correct. You know, give somebody a reason to be like, you know what? I can't refute that. And if they try to, they're ignorant. But I feel like a lot of conversations need to be had amongst Black people, and a lot of apologies need to be issued amongst Black people to each other, and then conversations that need to happen outside of our race. But I also want to put responsibility on everybody that's not Black to educate yourself on Black culture. the things that make us who we are. Like, you love our music, you love our food, you love our dresses, you love our lips, you love our skin color, you love everything about us, but you don't love us. So I'm putting responsibility on anybody that's not black to get educated.
That's it. That is it. So here it is, the Black History Moment. We have others coming up in the next coming episode. Stay tuned for that. But as you know, you heard it here first. Apple Pie contest. Miss Shanti won. The MVP. MVP. Total knockout.
That was a good fight.
Yeah, total knockout. And we just like to thank y'all for listening to this special episode of Black History Month, the Apple Pie Cook-Off. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for coming. Shanti?
Hey, welcome.
DJ KDS?
Yeah.
Everybody in the background say what's up?
Yo.
And that's how we gonna close the Coco Show. It's chocolate, baby. We'll holler at you.
So, this is it for the Coco Show with me, David Strand. It's chocolate, baby.
Thank you for listening to The Coco Show. Check out other episodes on Spotify, iTunes, and Podbean. You can also listen to current episodes on freedomkradio.net. If you have a topic idea that you would like us to discuss on this platform, feel free to email us at 1tccshow@gmail.com. Again, that's 1tccshow@gmail.com. Please like and subscribe to The Coco Show and share with all your friends. Thanks again for listening.